Most people think YouTube was built to become the future of entertainment. It wasn't. The platform that now generates more than $30 billion a year from advertising alone began as a failed dating website that almost nobody wanted to use. And the strange thing is, one of the men who built it would spend the next 20 years avoiding the exact kind of internet fame his own platform created. Today, YouTube shapes music, politics, journalism, childhood, business, celebrity culture, and even the way people think. Justin Bieber became famous there before he was old enough to drive. MrBeast turned videos into a business empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Some children now dream of becoming creators before they even understand traditional careers. Entire companies exist purely because YouTube transformed human attention into something measurable, addictive, and profitable. But before all of that, the website looked chaotic, unstable, legally dangerous, and honestly, a little embarrassing. The first version of YouTube was designed for dating. The founders believed people would upload video introductions to meet romantic partners online. That idea failed almost immediately. Nobody wanted to talk to cameras in 2005. Most people still felt uncomfortable hearing their own recorded voice. Recording yourself and publishing it online felt narcissistic, awkward, maybe even humiliating. The modern creator mindset didn't exist yet, and somehow, from that failed experiment, one of the most influential platforms in human history emerged almost by accident. But to understand why YouTube exploded so violently, you first need to understand something younger generations barely remember anymore. The internet used to feel small. In the early 2000s, the internet was slow, fragmented, and frustrating. Websites looked messy. Pop-ups attacked users constantly. Computers overheated while opening basic programs. Many families shared one desktop computer sitting in a corner of the house like household furniture. Internet videos were tiny, blurry, and unreliable. Sometimes a 30-second clip needed several minutes to load. And if somebody picked up the house phone while you were online, your internet connection could literally die. Uploading videos was even worse. Users had to understand strange file formats, codecs, compression software, upload limits, and broken media players. Flash crashed constantly. Half the internet barely functioned. Even sending a large email attachment felt risky. The internet already had text, photos, blogs, and forums, but video still felt primitive. And this mattered more than most people realized. Because humans are visual creatures, we remember faces more easily than text. Emotion travels faster through voice and movement than paragraphs on a screen. A short clip can spread an idea more powerfully than pages of writing. The internet was missing its most emotionally powerful layer. The people who noticed this opportunity were Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim. All three met while working at PayPal during one of the strangest periods in Silicon Valley history. The dot-com crash had already destroyed hundreds of internet companies. Investors became paranoid. Startups vanished overnight. But PayPal survived. And the company quietly became one of the greatest talent factories in tech history. Former PayPal employees later helped create Tesla, LinkedIn, Palantir, Yelp, and several other billion-dollar businesses. The group later became known as the PayPal Mafia because the same names kept appearing behind major internet companies over and over again. After eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion in 2002, many employees suddenly became young millionaires with money, ambition, and freedom at exactly the moment internet culture was becoming more personal. Facebook had just launched inside universities. MySpace was exploding with teenagers and musicians, broadband internet slowly entered homes. Digital cameras became cheaper every year, and without realizing it yet, humanity was slowly building the infrastructure for a culture obsessed with recording itself. One famous story says, the future YouTube founders became frustrated trying to find online clips from the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami and the Super Bowl controversy involving Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. Whether that story fully explains YouTube's origin or not, it reflected a real problem. Video online was fragmented, difficult to find, and painful to share. So the founders started building something. The original slogan was, "Tune in, hook up." The concept was simple. Users would upload short videos, introducing themselves, and browse profiles, looking for romantic connections. Imagine Tinder, mixed with webcam profiles almost 20 years before TikTok. On paper, the idea sounded reasonable. In reality, almost nobody used it. According to several stories from that period, the founders even considered paying women to upload dating videos because the website looked almost empty. That detail sounds ridiculous now, but it revealed something important. People in 2005 weren't psychologically ready for public self-recording yet. Today, millions casually film themselves in restaurants, gyms, airports, shopping malls, and sidewalks without thinking twice. Back then, speaking into a webcam felt socially dangerous. Then something unexpected happened. Users ignored the dating concept completely and started uploading random clips instead. Party moments, football highlights, pets, amateur comedy, concert footage, television recordings, weird experiments, home videos. One early viral clip showed Ronaldinho hitting a football crossbar repeatedly in a Nike commercial. Millions watched it and argued online about whether the video was fake. Another viral upload called Lazy Sunday from Saturday Night Live spread so aggressively across the internet that NBC eventually demanded its removal. For the first time, television clips started escaping television itself. And the founders noticed something important almost immediately. People weren't interested in video dating. They were interested in self-expression. That distinction changed internet history, because dating platforms solve one emotional problem. Video sharing touches almost every part of human psychology: humor, identity, validation, attention, status, memory, belonging, curiosity. Without fully understanding it yet, YouTube had accidentally become a machine for public identity, and timing mattered enormously. Broadband adoption increased rapidly. By 2005, more than half of American internet users finally had broadband connections instead of dial-up. That single technological shift changed human behavior massively. Suddenly, videos could load fast enough to feel enjoyable instead of frustrating. At exactly the same moment, YouTube removed the biggest obstacle preventing online video from spreading: friction. The platform automatically converted uploaded files into playable videos. Users no longer needed technical knowledge. Upload a clip, copy the link, share it instantly. That simplicity sounds ordinary now. In 2005, it felt revolutionary. Human beings are extremely sensitive to friction. Even tiny inconveniences stop behavior from spreading. YouTube removed enough friction at exactly the right historical moment. And suddenly, internet culture started changing very fast. Videos spread through blogs, forums, emails, and MySpace profiles. Office workers secretly watched clips during lunch breaks. Teenagers stayed awake, sending links to friends at 2 a.m. Entire communities formed around strange videos uploaded by complete strangers. And unlike television, this felt personal. No producer approved your content. No network executive controlled distribution. Anybody with a cheap camera suddenly had access to global attention. That emotional difference mattered enormously. Television felt polished and distant. YouTube felt messy, awkward, and human. And weirdly, people trusted that more. Nobody inside traditional media fully understood how dangerous this shift would become. Meanwhile, inside YouTube's tiny office, chaos was growing. Every uploaded video increased infrastructure costs. Servers struggled constantly. Employees sometimes watched traffic spike so aggressively they worried entire parts of the website might collapse overnight. At one point, YouTube reportedly burned through millions of dollars per month just paying bandwidth bills. One former employee later said the company was basically surviving in a permanent state of controlled panic. Another described moments where traffic increased so aggressively that engineers feared the website could accidentally bankrupt itself simply because too many people were watching videos. The company was growing faster than it could financially survive. Some nights, engineers slept inside the office because system failures became so common. Videos froze, uploads failed, pages crashed, and then another problem exploded at the exact same time. Copyright. Users uploaded football highlights, anime episodes, music videos, television scenes, comedy sketches, movie clips, and copyrighted material from giant media companies. Hollywood executives looked at YouTube and saw a piracy machine. Some media companies openly believed the platform would destroy television economics entirely. And honestly, they weren't completely wrong. In 2007, Viacom sued YouTube for $1 billion, accusing the platform of massive copyright infringement. At the time, many analysts genuinely believed the lawsuit could kill the company. Imagine building one of the fastest-growing websites in human history, while giant corporations simultaneously tried to erase you from existence. Behind the scenes, lawsuits became a serious threat. Investors worried constantly. Employees feared the website might disappear entirely within months. But ironically, the same copyrighted clips causing legal panic were also helping YouTube explode culturally, because suddenly the internet contained everything. Music, comedy, television scenes, viral moments, random chaos. YouTube started feeling less like a website and more like a living archive of human attention. Then the viral era truly arrived. Charlie Bit My Finger, Evolution of Dance, David After Dentist. These clips spread globally through emails, blogs, forums, and early social media long before modern algorithms fully existed. Charlie Bit My Finger alone eventually passed nearly 1 billion views from 2 children sitting in a living room. That would have sounded insane in 2005. This was one of the first moments in history when ordinary people recording random moments at home reached audiences larger than some television programs, and that completely changed how younger generations understood fame. Before YouTube, celebrity felt distant. You needed movie studios, television networks, radio stations, magazines, or record labels. Gatekeepers controlled visibility. YouTube shattered that structure. Suddenly, a teenager with a webcam could compete with billion-dollar entertainment companies for human attention. That idea felt revolutionary. It also felt addictive, because humans naturally crave recognition, and YouTube made recognition look achievable for ordinary people for the first time in history. Meanwhile, one tiny video quietly remained online while all of this happened. Me at the Zoo, uploaded by Jawed Karim on April 23, 2005, 18 seconds long. Karim standing in front of elephants, talking casually about their trunks. No editing, no music, no thumbnails, No optimization, no algorithm strategy. Today, the clip feels almost symbolic because it captures an older version of the internet before content became industrialized. Before creators obsessed over watch time, retention graphs, click-through rates, thumbnail psychology, engagement metrics, and algorithm optimization. Back then, uploading videos still felt experimental instead of professional. And what makes Jawed Karim especially fascinating is that he almost disappeared afterward. While YouTube later created millions of influencers chasing visibility, subscribers, and internet fame, Karim stayed mostly silent. Rare interviews, almost no public appearances, no creator empire. Ironically, one of the men responsible for modern internet fame seemed deeply uninterested in fame himself. But by 2006, YouTube had grown too fast to survive independently. Millions of users visited the site every month. Tens of thousands of videos appeared daily. Competitors started emerging everywhere. Some companies tried copying YouTube directly. Others believed they could build safer versions without piracy problems. Meanwhile, Google watched carefully from the background. Google already dominated internet search, but Google Video failed to capture internet culture the way YouTube did. Technically, Google understood search better than almost anyone alive. But YouTube understood something arguably more powerful: human behavior. Inside Google, executives studied the numbers carefully. Traffic growth looked explosive. User engagement looked even more important. People weren't casually visiting YouTube anymore. They were building habits around it, returning daily, watching for hours, sharing links obsessively. One early report suggested YouTube users were watching more than 100 million videos per day in 2006 alone. At the time, that number sounded almost absurd. And then Google made a decision that many people thought looked insane. In October 2006, Google bought YouTube for $1.65 billion in stock. The company barely made money. Lawsuits threatened its future. Hollywood hated it. Traditional media executives often described the platform as chaotic garbage, filled with stolen content and low-quality clips. But Google recognized something television companies completely failed to understand. Online video was becoming the future of human attention. And wherever human attention goes consistently, advertising money eventually follows. That insight eventually became worth hundreds of billions of dollars. After the acquisition, YouTube transformed from chaotic startup into global infrastructure. Better servers improved. Reliability, video quality increased. Mobile phones changed everything. And then smartphones completely rewired human behavior. Suddenly, people carried YouTube in their pockets everywhere they went. Waiting rooms, buses, schools, bedrooms, workplaces, toilets. The platform stopped being something users visited occasionally and became something permanently available. And then another transformation quietly changed the internet forever: the algorithm. Early YouTube depended heavily on search. Users manually looked for specific clips. But over time, recommendations became more powerful than searching itself. Engineers studied what people clicked, how long they watched, what thumbnails created curiosity, what emotions increased engagement, what prevented users from leaving the platform. And slowly, the algorithm started learning human psychology at massive scale. One video became 2, then 5, then 20, then entire evenings disappeared inside recommendation loops. This wasn't accidental. The platform increasingly optimized around curiosity, surprise, conflict, fear, novelty, drama, and emotional intensity. The algorithm learned what kept human beings watching, better than most humans understood themselves. and creators adapted quickly. They realized outrage performed well, fear performed well, anger performed well, conspiracy performed well. Emotional reactions became measurable. And once emotions become measurable, humans start optimizing for them. That changed internet culture profoundly. Creators stopped asking only, "What do I want to make?" and increasingly started asking, "What performs best?" Titles became more aggressive. Thumbnails became exaggerated. Emotions became amplified. Because attention itself had become the most valuable currency online. But this transformation also created darker consequences. Creator burnout exploded. Some YouTubers uploaded videos while severely depressed because disappearing from the algorithm could destroy their income. Child creators grew up under permanent public observation. Some family channels earned millions while broadcasting children's lives to strangers before those children were old enough to understand privacy. Former YouTube employees later admitted that recommendation systems occasionally pushed users toward increasingly extreme content because emotionally intense material kept people engaged longer. And this is where YouTube stopped being just a website. It became infrastructure for human behavior. Meanwhile, the creator economy exploded. PewDiePie transformed gaming videos into one of the largest entertainment brands on Earth. Beauty creators built makeup empires. Podcasters competed with radio stations. Independent journalists challenged television networks. Teachers educated millions for free. Then creators like Mr. Beast transformed YouTube videos into giant media operations costing millions of dollars per upload, complete with warehouses, employees, editors, sponsors, chocolate brands, fast food companies, and massive production teams. Some creators eventually earned more money than movie stars. Entire industries formed around YouTube. Thumbnail designers, analytics consultants, editing agencies, sponsorship brokers, creator managers, reaction channels, and influencer marketing firms. The creator economy became a real economy, and psychologically, this transformed ambition itself. Children started saying they wanted to become YouTubers instead of astronauts, athletes, or actors because internet fame looked emotionally reachable. Even if statistically most creators still earned almost nothing, the possibility itself became addictive. Visibility no longer felt controlled entirely by gatekeepers. And somewhere inside this entire transformation remained Jawed Karim, the quiet engineer who uploaded the first video and then stepped away while the platform reshaped modern culture. Occasionally, he still edits the description of "me at the zoo" to criticize YouTube decisions, including the removal of public dislike counts. It's a strangely poetic detail. The first creator in YouTube history quietly using the original upload like a message board while billions of videos surround it. Because in the end, YouTube wasn't really created by one brilliant plan. It emerged from timing, technological change, internet culture, human psychology, and millions of people discovering they could suddenly broadcast themselves to the world. A failed dating website accidentally became the foundation of the modern attention economy. And maybe the strangest part is this: the internet before YouTube now feels almost impossible to imagine. Quieter, slower, less visual, less obsessed with visibility, before billions of people started turning everyday life itself into content.
Thank you so much for listening to this audiobook. I truly hope these words inspired you, motivated you, and gave you something valuable to take with you into everyday life. If you enjoyed this recording, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and explore my other inspiring audiobooks created to support your growth, mindset, and motivation. Your support means a lot and helps me create more content for listeners like you. See you in the next audiobook.